greetings. Bo Deerwood here at Bosttrain Galleries. When young Big Money Bosttrain came to me and said, I'd like to reinvest my earnings from my platinum recordings into my fellow artist here, I knew I wasn't just working with one of South Carolina's sexiest young bad boys, but a future mogul. Here we are with what would be worked in to the album cover for one of the most dynamic records of 2018, Nightmares from the Future. An interesting piece from Mr. Shaded Rain, Raised Hand. As you can see here, very, I like the black, the red, the gray, also hints of gold tan in there. What can you tell us about this piece, Bosttrain?
Yeah, so this was always one of my favorite pieces by Mike. Always reminded me of growing up when we met, hanging out, playing basketball, running around town, getting in trouble, hanging out in the basement.
And as we all know, Mr. Raised Hand, Shaded Rain, not only an artist of such pieces like this, but also made most of the music for the album Nightmares from the Future, as well as many other songs from Dreams of Freedom. Isn't that right?
Yeah, definitely. Mike made tracks 1 through 13 and the last 3 tracks on Nightmares from the Future, so it's as much his album as it is mine. And we always wanted to make some music together. Did a lot of underground stuff before this, and ended up making one of the best albums of all time, probably.
Well, much like you, Bosttrain, he is quite a character. Now here we are with what will become the album cover for the epic 2019 release, Dreams of Freedom. A piece of work by Dizzy Details, my main homie Connie, OD. What can you tell us about this piece, Bosttrain?
Yeah, so this is definitely always one of my favorite pieces by Connie. He and Mike both did 7 songs, worked together on a few songs for the Dreams of Freedom album, and he's got a lot of space themes going on, and you know, who wouldn't want to, it's always been a dream to throw on a jetpack and take off and see where the winds take you.
Well, I for one love it. I've always wanted to have a jetpack flying around in the sky. Not even a spaceman, but a human being live on Earth with a jetpack on my back, flying around, looking at people on the ground, me being the only one with a jetpack flying around. Hey crazy humans, look at me. I got a jetpack flying around in the sky, defying gravity, defying it. So here we have 2 pieces from world-renowned artist Paul Christina, also the music man for the upcoming Swamp Fox Symphony. Isn't that right, Bosttrain? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so for a while there it was Mike, Connie, John, and Paul with the turntables for a little subterranean blues action, and we did 3 tracks on the Nightmares album. Now we're doing a bunch of songs together. We're going to call it the Swamp Fox Symphony, coming at you in 2020.
As I understand, you bought this very early in Paul's art career. He stuck to his guns. He didn't give you a discount on that, which I respect. I like that. And as you see later on here, he was a very well-established, world-renowned, you could see, selling art all over the world. France, New York, California, Mexico. And you have a special story behind this piece, don't you?
Yeah, so I got this from Paul early on when he was trying to sell his art, and he was still a working man, and it was basically the favorite of my. He had 5 like this, and this was my favorite one, and he had 3 like this. So he does a lot of stuff in sets or collections, and this was at the Early Bird Diner for a while, if anyone remembers that. And then, so this one here was actually, the paper from this is actually from my favorite childhood poster. It had been around a long time, so it got a little ripped and torn up, and he used this for the drawing. And the poster was a fanciful flying machine in outer space called the Pussy Willow 2.
Well, I will say, these are probably the prettiest of the art he's done. A lot of very, you should check out Paul's work. I will say that. I will say that. But these are magnificent, gorgeous, beautiful. Look at this. I must say, Bosttrain, you got a good eye, very good eye. Here's one of my favorite pieces from Mr. Bimmy 5K. Very vibrant. Lovely colors. A beautiful woman. And a grenade all in one. I think we can all understand that metaphor. Got 3 little birds. Right here. Here. Old Ben likes to drive along trees, I tell you what. What can you tell us about this piece?
Yeah, so this is definitely one of my favorite pieces by Ben. He's got so much great artwork, and met him through Connie and everybody in that little art scene there. Thanks a lot to Phil Hyman. Used to have these great art shows up in North Charleston, around town. He's still doing a bunch of great artwork. He's got all kinds of stuff, and so does Ben. Ben's got a ton of artwork right now, and it's all really pretty and awesome.
And I'll tell you what, almost better, maybe even better than Ben's artwork is his cooking. You gotta check out that Harper's Restaurant, fine dining in Tryon, North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful place. Good people, good people. Here we have a wonderful piece, one of the first additions to the gallery from Mr. Dizzy Details. Oh, Connie O.D. Got the stars in the background, stripes on the ground. Old George W. here is Mr. Slim Pickens. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Oh, you and Shaded Rain got a song called Neocons, kind of plays into this whole subject matter here.
Yeah, so this was always one of my favorite pieces by Connie. It's kind of a throwback back when we met, and shortly after the Iraq War and all that was going on, and Mike and I wrote a song called Neocons, and this was always a really awesome piece by Connie. I always wish it got more exposure than it did, because I think it's very, very poignant for sure.
So this is here, there's another piece from Mr. Shaded Rain Raised Hand. Very, very, I like this, very streamlined, creative, love the color scheme. And you also thought maybe this could be the album cover for the Nightmares from the Future album.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite pieces by Mike. Always wanted to make like a t-shirt, or we could do some flyers or something with it.
Here we are with another piece from old Patch Whiskey, one of Charleston's most famous artists and muralists. Murals all around America. Look at that. On top of a record there. I love it. Isn't that fantastic? We also got this piece here. Oh, Stu, look at that guy. Little diamond eyes here. He hungry. He look hungry, don't he? Look a little crazy to me. I don't know if I'd feed this monster. Something else in it. Look at that. Yeah.
These old Converse special edition from
Oh,
Mr.
those are something else.
Patch Whiskey here.
I gotta get me a pair.
Yeah, these are pretty sweet.
Yes.
Now, B-Train, I see we have some photography here from your artsy college days, but I must say, I find this piece particularly striking. What gorgeous creature do we have here? Well, this is my cat, Gabby. Easily the sweetest creature to ever be created by the female gods in the sky, and she was my cat for several years, and a sweeter creature I've never met. Well, I don't doubt that at all. I mean, just look at the gaze of those eyes. Gaze upon those eyes. It's like looking at Aphrodite in the face, in the flesh. All knowing, all caring, just gorgeous. And you can see that she takes very good care of herself. I love a woman that takes good care of herself. Perfect coat. You can tell her coat is just immaculate. Gorgeous creatures. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh yes, she's a sweetheart, and you just talk to her, she talk right back. Just meow, meow. And she just keep on. Once I talked to her for a good 5 minutes straight, she kept talking right back to me. Well, I tell you what, I'd like to have a conversation with her myself. That sounds like a great way to spend the day, just hanging out with little Gabriella, shooting the breeze. Talking about, favorite records and pastimes and birds flying all around the yard and grasshoppers, chasing after grasshoppers in the yard and all kinds of critters and whatnot. Here we have definitely the largest piece in the gallery here. Another one from Mr. Shaded Rain. Got this going on. And you got this Native American here. I think this says a whole lot. What can you tell us?
Yes, a brilliant piece by Mike for sure.
Here we have a illustration by legendary Carolina MC Cairo Myth. So for his illustrations, it's under the name Brand Kai. And this is a digital piece here, print. And you can find his artwork under the name Brand Kai. And check out his nothing but hits on his Bandcamp or any SoundCloud page. You can just press play and enjoy the day with my man Cairo Myth here. Here's another piece we bought from a young woman in Asheville, North Carolina. Very handsome how, look at that. Majestic. Look at those eyes. It's peering into your soul. I love it. Here we have a couple pieces bought from a lovely young woman at the Tualinga Gallery, North Charleston. I enjoy these very much. Very much. Here's another very impressive piece by Benny 5K. Look at the detail. The way he brings out the handsomeness of the young B-Train. Very striking. Very striking.